We did it, guys. We have finally made it past Mars retrograde. I'm Kian, the one with the sun. Today the sun shines at 5 degrees Pisces. We are well within the Piscean realm, the infinite cosmic ocean, the infinite flow, the infinite transcendence, the infinite love that is the sign of Pisces. And today, very special day as Mars finishes, finally, thank you, finally finishes its retrograde in the sign of Cancer. This retrograde started in December 6th of 2024, and it has lasted until today, February 23rd of 2025. It has been a long journey, that is for sure, but the good news is we finally made it to the other side. Now, under a sky like this, not only do we have Mars going direct, but there's also something that makes this direct forward motion so much better and more auspicious, which is a supremely harmonious aspect that Mercury, that is transiting the sign of Pisces, is making to Mars, that is just freshly gone direct. Now, I like this energy a lot because our intellect, our thoughts, and our actions align together in a harmonious direction. So not only are we in a place where our desires, our will, our passion begins a forward movement into some momentum, but also our thoughts, the way we communicate, the way we process information is in harmonious alignment with this forward momentum. So it might feel like today you're having conversations with people in regards to this forward movement and direction that you are taking. And the conversations naturally align with this forward movement into us moving forward in our desires, in our actions, in our will to accomplish what we want to accomplish. Now, here's the thing about this kind of energy that I do want to say. Mercury is in Pisces, okay? And Mercury being in Pisces, I think it is important to understand that Mercury doesn't do the best in this sign. Now, we may be having harmonious conversations regarding our forward movement, but they may be a little unclear, a little foggy moving forward. But fear not, as this energy, just like all astrology, eventually gives way. So, starting today onwards, expect to see things that you were frustrated about to give way. Maybe you wanted to complete a project. Maybe you wanted to work on your health. Maybe you wanted to move somewhere, but there kept and continuing to be delays that held you back from this forward motion. After today, we will see some forward momentum into healing, whatever has been in the past, okay, because Mars is in the sign of Cancer, and being it is in the sign of Cancer, it has to do with the past. It has to do with where we've been. Maybe it has to do with family. Maybe you had some family issues that you were trying to take care of, but now we are officially moving forward. Take my glasses off for this next part. So, however this energy shows up for you, I truly wish you guys forward motion in the direction of your desires and what you want to accomplish in this life. Now, let's talk about the different signs that this is going to cover. This is for all 12 zodiac signs. And I spoke about this before, but we're going to do a little bit of a deeper dive in this. If you are an Aries rising, okay, sun, moon, or rising, but specifically I'm going to cover rising signs. If you are an Aries rising, this Mars going direct is going to impact you the most because Mars is your ruling planet. If you have been not yourself for the past few months, just know from today onwards, you are going to step into a brand new world where you get to do all the things you're passionate and excited about. Now, Mars is in your 4th house going direct. So if you were trying to move, if you were trying to get a home, new home, maybe family issues, maybe things related to your past, we are officially moving forward into a brand new direction. If you are a Taurus rising, okay, this is in your 4th, not your 4th, but your 3rd house. Okay, I gotta like literally calculate all these things in my head. If you're a Taurus rising, sun, moon, or rising, but specifically a rising, this is your 3rd house. Maybe you had some car issues. Maybe you were trying to find a new car or a new mode of transportation. Maybe your associates, people who are your acquaintances, brought you some trouble. But from today onwards, expect for those issues to be resolved as we move forward. Mars moves forward. God bless Mars. If you are a Gemini rising, sun, moon, or rising, Mars is going direct in your 2nd house of finances, of your personal values and belongings, your talents, your gifts as well, and also what you eat. And if you've been struggling with those things, whether it was revisiting something regarding your finances, you will officially begin to move forward. And there will be a lot of oomph, if you know what I mean, in that direction. So if you've had ideas regarding how to make more money, if you're a Gemini, sun, moon, or rising, from here on out, expect those ideas that have been coming in to be implemented so you can finally move forward. So if you are a Cancer rising, congratulations, because you officially get the best of this energy. If you're Cancer rising, you officially get to move forward in the house of self, which has to do with you. It's all about you. When I think of any 1st house placements, the 1st house deals with what we are able to control and how we deal with things which we can't. And if you've had Mars retrograde in the 1st house in Cancer, maybe there's been things that you've been wanting to implement in your life. Maybe there was certain self-expressions or way of expressing yourself or ways of showing up in the world that have been difficult to implement. But now guess what? Mars goes direct and you are able to move forward as your best and most authentic self. Anytime Mars or any planet goes retrograde, we're in a period of review for that specific or said planet. And because of this, there's not a lot of forward momentum. But once any planet stops its retrograde motion, it will go direct. And guess what? We will have forward momentum. So shout out to all my Cancers out there, sun, moon, or rising. It's your time to shine. And I love that 1st house Mars transit for Cancer people because it's like so much energy, so much vitality. Like finally you get to move forward. And literally, guys, at 6 p.m., this is when Mars went direct, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you are a Leo rising, this Mars direct is happening in your 12th house of endings, of spirituality, of your connection with divinity. This is kind of a tough transit because the 12th house is kind of your subconscious, so there was probably so much happening underneath. If you're sun, moon, or rising Leo, okay, specifically the rising signs that are Leo. So there might have been like this general unrest that you had to deal with. But now, whatever it is, whatever those endings were, now you get to move forward, okay? And then prepare for Mars to go in your first house, which I think is a fantastic transit to have, especially in Leo. Shout out to my Leos out there. You're going to have so much energy to move forward and accomplish what you want to do. If you are a Virgo rising, this is happening in your 11th house of friend groups and long-term relationships and goals. Now, I like this. I like the 11th house because it is one of the benefic houses in astrology. Shout out to Josh Dory. He says, "Hello, how are you? I love your content and have learned to stay positive from you. God bless you. I will always support you and you're in my prayers." Likewise, you guys are all in my prayers. So if you are a Virgo rising, there may have been some trouble, sun, moon, or rising. I got to keep saying this. Virgo, sun, moon, or rising. This Mars retrograde happened in your 11th house, so maybe there was some friction within your friend groups. Maybe some of the long-term visions or plans that you had did not pan out the way in which you wanted it to. And now this energy gives way. So we can go towards the people who are intended and destined for us. Okay, because it's difficult. I think the people who you surround yourself by is so important. This is so underrated. You have to make sure that you surround yourself with the best people that you can because you are an average of who you spend the most time with. Shout out to Dean Davis joining in the chat. He says, "Are you outdoors? It's a great looking setting." I am outdoors. I'm in the backyard right now. So maybe you were reviewing, if you're sun, moon, or Virgo rising, Virgo, sun, moon, or rising, I got to get that down. Maybe you were having trouble. You were looking at your friend groups with this excitement, this passion that you wanted to maybe change it, maybe move forward with a certain friend group. But now you get to do that, and you get to move towards people who might be more beneficial to you or rekindle relationships in your friend groups that you've had in the past, because Cancer is a sign that rules the past. If you are a Libra, sun, moon, or rising, this is happening in your 10th house of career, social standing, public reputation. Maybe you were rethinking your career. Maybe you're like feeling into, maybe this isn't the real thing that I really want to do. And this is, I may be speaking about myself because I'm a Libra sun. I was like, maybe this isn't the right career for me, the right career path that I wanted to be in. And you were reviewing what career path that you actually wanted to go to or go and enjoy or partake of. Maybe it was a family business that you were a part of. Okay, maybe there's something within that brought some conflict into your life. I feel like I'm freaking reading myself right now, to be honest. But now you get to move forward. You get to internalize all the things that you reviewed since December 6th until now, and finally implement them in your career and possibly take a completely brand new direction in your career. I love Mars in the 10th house transits. It just like supercharges your career and your ambitions, I should say. If you are a Scorpio, sun, moon, or rising, now this is going to happen in your 9th house of long distance travel, your beliefs, maybe higher learning and education. Maybe you started a course or set out to learn a completely new branch of philosophy because maybe the old ones from the past no longer were beneficial to you. And now, as Mars goes direct, you get to move forward and implement this new direction within a higher learning or an institution in which you wanted to be a part of. If you are a Sagittarius, sun, moon, or rising, Mars goes direct in your 8th house of transformation, of power, and of magic. So maybe you were thinking about, how can I be more in my power during this time? Especially when it comes to other people, dealing with their finances, dealing with intimacy with others as well. And intimacy isn't always sexual per se, but it could be that you choose to open up more than you usually do with somebody. Kind of sounded funny, but I know what you're thinking. That's not what I meant. But Sagittarius will now, after this period of review since December 6th, be able to move forward in embodying a greater level and sense of power, which I think is absolutely beautiful. Capricorn rising. Shout out to all my Capricorn risings. This happened in your 7th house. Now, Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising. This Mars retrograde has officially ended in your/our, because, Capricorn rising, 7th house. Man, 7th house Mars transits tend to bring with them conflict because they are in opposition with your rising sign. They tend to bring conflict in the area of relationships because Mars is the planet, the god of war, traditionally ruled by Aries. And it is standing opposite the house of self. And so there might have been some relationship troubles, okay? Some people from the past may have showed up. Again, Cancer being a sign that rules the path, Mars in Cancer. Some people from the past showing up, maybe showing something, reflecting something back to you. But now Mars is direct in your 7th house. And you get to move forward and leave some of these relationship troubles behind. Woo! I'm so excited. Shout out to all my Capricorn risings out there. This is key for us. Aquarius, sun, moon, or rising. Aquarius, sun, moon, or rising. This is happening in your 6th house. So if you are an Aquarius and you have had issues with your health, with your day-to-day routine, you are finally, after a long period of review and sitting back and saying, okay, what do I want to change in my day-to-day? How can I supercharge my routine? How can I take better care of my health? How can I be of greater service to others? Because the 6th house rules that. Also pets, maybe you might be, if you're an Aquarius, sun, moon, or rising, you might have been thinking, oh, what if I get a pet sometime soon? Well, guess what? Now you get to, after this period of review, and if you acted during this time on any of these things that may have came up for you to review, that is totally okay, because now you get to move forward with what you acted on. But specifically, this is what I meant to say. During this period of review, when Mars was retrograde, any action that you took inevitably there will be a time when it goes direct wherein you have to review those actions. There are astrologers out there that say, oh, don't sign any contracts during Mercury retrograde and stuff. I don't disagree, but I always say read the fine print. But when Mars goes retrograde, inevitably whatever actions that we take when it was in retrograde, we will have to review them in one way, shape, or form, and maybe readjust. And so if you are an Aquarius sun, moon, or rising, now is the time to implement new health regimens and routines, and possibly even a new job that you have. This is different from a career. The 10th house rules your career. The 6th house rules your job. The 2nd house is your skills and your talents, and ultimately the money that you make from it, from all those career-related houses. Now, if you are a Pisces, sun, moon, or rising, this is happening in your 5th house, and I love this. Well, it might have been frustrating being out there trying to have fun, because during this time, there was some restructuring going on in what you want in your heart of hearts. But now that Mars has gone direct, maybe you were having issues with your children, as 5th house rules the children. Maybe you wanted to have more fun, but you didn't know how to have more fun, and now you get to move forward and implement that. Or maybe it was a creative project or something that had to do with creativity. Now is the time where we get to move forward in that area of life. And such is the gift of Mars going direct for all 12 signs. Now, if you've had trouble, okay, if you guys have had trouble during this Mars retrograde, okay, just know that in short time, specifically during the summer, Jupiter is going to go into Cancer in the beginning of summer, in the beginning of June, and there's going to be this nice healing energy that is going to permeate all of our lives, wherever this Mars transit impacted us. I thought I was going to want to stand up and walk around, but then I started standing up and walking around, and I was like, I'm good. Let me just sit back down and talk to my people. So, let me make sure this is, there we go. So now that we've completed officially this Mars retrograde, in the summer, Jupiter is going to seriously bless whatever area of life in which we experienced conflict these past 2 months. And it's just going to be this nice healing balm that I'm personally really looking forward to. And that's going to come around in the summer. But besides that, such is life. Let me see if I can ask a question. Community moderation. So if you guys have any questions for me regarding astrology, now would be the time to ask. If you have any questions regarding your sun, your moon, your rising, now would be the time to ask. And I'm trying to get this, maybe I can, no, I don't think that's the way. Anyways, guys, congratulations. I think ultimately this is all about us making it to the other side of Mars retrograde. We're going to put that conflict, that frustration behind us. It was very difficult to gain forward momentum under a sky like this since December 6th. But good news, it's finally over. And our intellect, our mind, our imagination is supporting this forward momentum that we are officially embarking upon. Let's look at this week ahead. Let me give you guys a week ahead. So February 23rd, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Mars officially goes direct. In terms of the solar activity this week, there is not much. We're just continuing our journey deeper into Pisces season. And yeah, there's some good harmonious energy this upcoming week. I do foresee in the realm of the mind and also news and exchanges and communications, letters, emails, social media, some very positive things happening this weekend. Or, because there's going to be some good news, some positive things happening, or very seriousness when it comes to what it is that we want to build. And it happens this week. Dean Davis says, I don't know what to ask. Things in my life seem as if they were starting to gain a little forward momentum. I'm just going to ride the wave and not ask too many questions about it. Very beautifully said. Ultimately, this is all about surrender. Mars retrograde encapsulates a prayer known as the Serenity Prayer. And the Serenity Prayer simply states, God, give me the courage to change what I can. Wait, hold on, that's not how it goes. God, give me the strength to change what I can, the courage to change what I can't, and the wisdom to know the difference. Because Mars retrograde, maybe there were a lot of things that you wanted to change, but you couldn't. Maybe you wanted to get on a better health routine, but didn't work out. Maybe you wanted to implement a project, but didn't go the way that you wanted it to. But now, starting today, moving forward, we're going to have forward momentum. And things are going to pick up for all of us. And like I said, the sweet spot is during the summer, wherein Jupiter is going to come into Cancer, and it's going to bless and heal and expand everything we went through from December 6th until February 23rd. Now, we still have a little bit more to go. Now we're in the post-retrograde period, wherein, since December 6th, you were revisiting. Now it's time to implement and move forward in all the things that you were contemplating. Yeah. Congratulations. That's all I can say. Congratulations, my friends. We have officially made it. So in the matters of Mars retrograde, I have spoken. What did the sun reveal to you today? Let me know below. And I hope you can join me every day at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time in being one with the sun. Sending you guys so much love, so much gratitude, and the best of best wishes for your journey ahead. Let's go. Cheers and love.